Good morning, gang. Happy Thursday. I'm going to start your day off with something that's probably going to piss you off because it pissed me off when I saw it here. Article came out in New York Post last night that should freak everybody out. Uh, CDC, Centers for Disease Control, okay, used location data from tens of millions of people's phones to track their compliance with lockdowns. They watched whether you went to school, they watched whether you went to church, they watched whether you went to the pharmacy to do whatever. They followed where you went. Now, there's a company called SafeGraph that is a data broker, if you will, and they track all this sort of stuff. I'll actually give you a piece of good news. Google, who obviously owns YouTube, actually stopped any app developers or whatever that are affiliated or anything that's affiliated with SafeGraph from being in the Google Play Store. So kudos to Google. Like I said, I'll give pros and cons for anybody. You do something right, I'll call you. I'll let you know. You do something wrong, I'll call you out. So the CDC, which is a federal agency, guys, has been using your cell phone data to track where you go. Big Brother, anybody? The surveillance state? Soviet Russia? Okay. Remember, 2 years ago, I did a video called Papers, Please. Now your papers are just digital. Okay. You can't shut off your phone. That doesn't do any good. Okay. They can still ping your phone. You can put it in a Faraday cage in the trunk. That might work. I'm not sure. So your only option is to either leave the phone at home, which kind of defeats the whole purpose of having a mobile phone, or not have one at all. And you can't get a dumb phone anymore. So that's it. But so the interesting part is the government has no problem whatsoever tracking Americans. But they sure seem to have a big problem tracking illegal aliens. What? The official number is there's something like 11 million illegals in the United States. The unofficial number is somewhere north of 30 million. Okay. Yeah. We can watch where you go to church there, Ma and Pa Kettle. But God knows we can't find Jose and Maria because they just blended into the woodwork. Something's wrong here. Now, moving over to the fact of the illegals crossing the border, something else to piss you off. Believe it or not, Joe's administration is still arresting illegals coming across the border. Okay, the ones they find. Okay, because they don't track them. So if they scoot off, they just get away. Well, now there is a lawsuit against the state of Texas for arresting illegals crossing the border, saying that their constitutional rights have been violated. Now, I want to know where these people went to law school, because I'm not a lawyer. If you're in the United States, you have constitutional rights. If you're in the United States illegally, you do not. So I want to know how these people supposedly have constitutional rights to break the law. Please tell me which amendment says that I am free to break the law anytime I want. Okay? Because I sure as hell can't find that one. These lawyers want to turn this lawsuit into a class action suit on behalf of something like 2,000 illegal immigrants. And they want, get this, they are suing for $18,000 a day for each day that these people are incarcerated. Okay. Do the math. 2 days is $36,000. 3 days is $54,000. So that means Jose and Maria, by having handcuffs on for 3 days, can be given the equivalent of the average salary that an American makes for 1 year. Tell me that's not enticing people to cross the border illegally. Hey, come up here and do 3 days in a jail and you get the annual salary. Somebody sent me an article yesterday about some family that was given $400,000 to buy a house. Anybody giving you $400,000 to buy a house? I could have 2 of mine. Okay. You know, we can track Americans. We can't track illegals. We can take money from Americans and give it to illegals. What country is this president there to support? Okay, there's an oath that the president and all members of Congress have to take. Their job description is to basically look out for the American people. The American people are last in the list. You know, like I said yesterday, $33 billion to protect Ukraine's border, $15 billion to protect ours. They're surveilling American citizens, not surveilling illegal aliens. Taking money, raising taxes on American citizens so we can give free money to anybody from around the world who wants to come into the United States. You know, this is the bullshit about it. Okay, every one of these, I'm claiming asylum. I will tell you this: if you are claiming asylum, you're running toward a border agent, saying, "Please help me." You're not running away from them. That should tell you right there. When they run away and they get caught, asylum should be off the table. That's it. Okay. Now you're just an illegal alien. You're a trespasser. Okay. Deported. End of story. If you come to the border authority and say, I'm here to claim political asylum, great. Put your hands behind your back. We'll take you to a detention center and we'll process you. If you come here to say, I'm here to claim economic asylum, get your ass on a bus and get the hell out of my country. Okay? It's as simple as that. All right? And you're from El Salvador? Sorry, political asylum, you should have stayed in Mexico. You're from Ukraine? Sorry, political asylum, you should have stayed in Poland or whatever it was. The international laws on political asylum are the next safe country. Okay? The Mexicans and the Canadians are practically the only ones that could say they want political asylum in the United States. That's the law, okay? But this administration is doing whatever they can to screw us up. Danny over at Deep South Homestead did a video yesterday, and I forget what it was, but he found out that we're called non-compliers or malcontents or discontents or something like this because we live out in the rural areas. There's a reason why. Because the cities have been turned into slums. And there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide anymore. You know, American citizens are looking for their own safety and doing whatever they can to protect themselves, because the all enemies, foreign and domestic part of the oath is something that the U.S. government has completely forgotten, because they certainly aren't protecting any of the citizens from any sort of threat that's coming. Matter of fact, they're becoming the threat, if they aren't already are. Surveilling me? I hope to God you're not listening into pillow talk or something like that, around my house. Not that I make it a secret that how much I despise this administration, how much I think that Pelosi and Schumer and Schiff and everybody should, find a tall tree and a short rope. Uh, Go ahead, surveil me. Just when you come to get me, don't make plans for dinner because some of you ain't going home. Have a good one. Pinball out.